Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Demon Prince Powie, and we're here to talk about Screamers. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the data card. Movement 14, toughness 4, a 6-up save. Don't really mean anything with a 4-up invulnerable save. 3 wounds apiece, leadership of 7+, and 1 OC each. They're only equipped with a melee weapon, which is the Lamprey Bite. 3 attacks, hitting on 4, strength 6, -2 AP, 2 damage, which is it's okay on paper. Okay, that looks okay. Then obviously the abilities is Deep Strike, and the faction is the Shadow of Chaos. But then we have the Slashing Dive ability. So in your movement phase, after this unit ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit it moved over during that move and roll a d6. For each model in this unit on a 4-up, that enemy suffers a mortal wound. That's kind of nice, depending on the unit size that you take with the screeners. Now you can take them as a 3-man or a 6-man. Obviously, with a 3-man, it's 80 points, and a 6-man is 160 points. So where are we at with these guys? I've not used them much because there's other stuff in the index that just does things better, and the meta is obviously Monster Mash at the moment. Could change when eventually the codex drops, whenever it drops. But yeah, so these guys, they're fast. Okay, so they're secondary scorers. So for me, it'll be putting them in, maybe deploying them in the corners of the home objective to get them prepped for investigate signals. Move them up into the middle for area denial. Cleanse is a very good one, especially at 14 inches. It's like bang, bang, cleanse, done. Especially if you've got 2 units, that's 160 points. That's 4 VP or right off the bat if you're fixed. If you're playing tactical, it's 5 VP off the bat. If you pull it, obviously pull it first. Good for extend battle lines, secure no man's land. Only in the early turns. Obviously, contesting objectives of OC1 is where they're let down. So you're not really going to be storming hostile objective. Well, situational, that is, actually. I'm going to retract that a little bit. Situational scoring storm hostile objective with these guys. I don't know how I feel about them, you know. I'm not sure how I feel about them. Oh, screen's gone off. I'm just not sure how I feel about them. I mean, let's go over the attacks, and then you tell me if I'm being a bit... So we're going for the minimum size unit of 3. So it's 9 attacks. You're hitting on 4s. So you're looking at 4 going through hits. 4 hits. And then strength 6 is good. So you're probably wounding on 3s, which will be 4 wounds. Then they're going to get a save. -2 AP. Most things have a 3-up save. So 5-up save, unless they got 4-up inman. 3 potentially go through. See, potentially killing what 3 intercessors, for example, 3 infiltrators. If these go against Tomb Blades have got some stuff, haven't they? They've got a -1 to hit, I think, and then all of a sudden you're hitting on 5s. I mean, if you get -1 to hit on these guys, just forget about it. I think they kill 1 Tomb Blade with the maths. Yes, they do, because they have an inman 5-up save. Because they're similar points as well, 8 points, and they're both quick. That's a good comparison, actually, Tomb Blades. And they only kill 1. They can only kill 1 Tomb Blade, and then the Tomb Blade's going to come back in their turn, so you've just wasted your time. Yeah, so I'm not sure of them from a fighting point of view. Obviously, there's smaller stuff that you can chew through and get in through, but they've got 4 pinful and 3 wounds, so that's kind of nice, kind of resilient. But they will get whittled away quite fairly quickly, a couple of turns. But 80 points each, and if you're using them as how I would use them to score you secondaries, then they'll probably make their points up. To be fair to them, and obviously 14-inch movement, the threat range that they've got on that, just to even tie something up, you know, you can move 14. You're now over halfway over the halfway mark on the battlefield, and you can possibly get a 6-7-inch charge off. Now all of a sudden you've just moved 20 inches. We'll go with the 6-inch. You move 20 inches, then you get a pile in. If you've not gone base to base, now you've got another 3 inches. You with me? So now all of a sudden you've moved 23 inches and you've tied something up. And now all of a sudden your opponent's like, what the hell? Because they just go down the flanks. I'll do that again for you. That sound effect was lovely, wasn't it? Tangents. My only gripe with them is their OC1. That's my only gripe. If they were OC2, that'd be pretty cool, because then you could pump them into places. But minimum size unit for secondary scoring, yes, it can work. Deploy teleport homer because they're quick enough to get up there. I mean, they can deep strike in anyway, right? But area denial behind enemy lines, obviously you can get up there quick. Cleanse, I think cleanse is a big one, you know. I think cleanse is massive. I play fixed, you see. I'm a fixed mission style. I've said this in many videos I've done on the channel. I'm a fixed secondary guy. Cleanse is one of the few that I go to, depending on my opponent's list. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. And obviously turn one, I can fire them up the flanks. My opponent will obviously pick a flank, depending on where I've gone, because I'll have graters on the board, so they'll be going kind of with these. So they'll go to the other flank, which will then allow me to move to the middle or to my opponent's deployment zone. So I can still keep getting cleanse and moving them around. They are going to get targeted because they're fast. If you have them in a 6-man, that makes them even 160 points. Think about that. That's what, 18 wounds? 18 wounds with a 4-up invuln, moving at 14 inches. That's a lot. That's a fair bit to get through. I know it's 160 points, but that's a fair lot to get through. And obviously with your ability, now you roll in 66 and you're getting 3 mortal wounds, so you can just fly over a group of Terminators. You've effectively killed a Terminator, unless they've got mortal wounds shrugged. If you chipped away a Terminator just by moving, you're getting rid of a Terminator, or 3 Termagants, or injuring a Tomb Blade, getting rid of a Locust Heavy Destroyer. I think they're 3 wounds. I always forget if they're 3 or 4. You know, you're chipping models away just by moving, which is pretty cool in the 6-man. And then now you're more likely to do stuff on an objective because you have more attacks, and now you've got 6 OC, but you do expect to be dwindled back a bit. Yeah, we get obviously the stratagem to increase the AP from -2 to 3, which is nice because if another's got an invuln, you can push it to shift more models out of the way to get you your points. And then obviously they have the leader, Fate Skimmer, which obviously that's another video in itself about Fate Skimmer, but obviously then they'll get the lethal hits on all their attacks. I know they're hitting on 4s, but you get all the lethal hits. And then you can go back into strategic reserves and deep strike for free rather than using the stratagem. So that's kind of cool, but then that is also a very big investment, and that is a lot of models to get back on the board. So that is very situational in itself. So for me, these guys, I might do a new review style. We'll go it now, and I want you to see in the comments below to see if you actually like this style. But it's going to be a rate it or hate it, and there's no in between. I've got to make a call. I either rate them or I don't. There is a place for these in lists. Of course there is, mono Tzeentch lists. Obviously when you're building stuff up, you'll only have a couple of points left over, and then you pick what you want to go into said list. So your Beast of Nurgle, Flesh Hounds, 2 units of Nurglings is normally a go-to. These or Flamers. So I'm going to give a rate or hate it. I hate it. Other stuff just do it better, in my opinion. Other stuff just do it better. I think if you want to use these, you've got to take them in 6 men to make them as more of effective and more of a threat. But saying that, the 3 men can go not unnoticed, but left alone. But if you're scoring points, you've got to be dealt with. It all comes down to play styles at the end of the day. I'm quite aggressive when I play, and I will highlight their key units that, right, I need to shift that because it's high synergy for them. And then I will be keeping an eye on their scoring units. What is their units they're using the most that's going to score them points, and I'll get rid of that. That'll be priority number 1 or number 2. Because if I've got rid of their high scoring unit, the advantage goes in my favour to win the game. For me, not going to use these as often, probably in mono Tzeentch lists only, but when it comes to an actual competitive sense, probably never going to pick them. So that is why I hate them. Please subscribe to the channel. Please look out for the lives. I'm trying to go live more and more. I'm trying to get more stuff to you. In the new year, there could be episodes coming up where I could potentially be collabing with other YouTubers, getting on a podcast slash live stream. Things are in the works. Things are in the works to move on and push this channel forward. We need to push to that 1K subs. I need to get more content out for you guys. I really, really do. Good content though. Good content. Some stuff is a bit rushed due to my personal situations at the moment. But again, please comment, please like, please give it a subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see yous in the next one. See you later.